I'm Randy. I want to take you on a journey that you've never been on before. August 14th, 1981.
Okay,
1941. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, man. Oh shit.
What's up?
Hey guys, how you doing? Is everybody all right?
Yeah, we good, man.
Cool, brother.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna get back to this.
Okay, I got you.
God damn it! All right. Now I forgot the question. How did the band start?
And what inspired us to come together?
Well, fourscore and many moons ago, there was a woman that had a dream and a vision. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, granted, long story short, he promised me bitches.
Okay, that's easy. It's easy. So, I was actually living in Miami, and most of these songs from the first project were really just written for me to practice drums to. It was always hard to get people to want to play odd time stuff over and over while I'm practicing. So, I ended up releasing that project, and I wanted to come to an area that the sound was conducive to what I envisioned my music to be. And each one of the guys, man, I had an individual appreciation for them. Some of them before I came here, some of them just the first second I met them. And really, it takes all of them to make the project what it is. Like, I had no idea that it was going to be all of this. I had no idea it was going to become a family. And my background, I didn't have a lot of family growing up, so it's just good to have brothers around that allow me to express what I'm hearing, not only in my head, but then deal with the things that, my head or my heart might mess up. They still hold me up. And, really, that's it. It's just everybody pushing towards the same vision. The thing that I love about this band is everybody in the band either is or will be or aspires to be artists, and we're just in a day now finding artists that want to assemble and really make a band, and take the long way instead of the short road, man. It's a blessing. It's been life-changing for me having these guys, man. So, yeah, that's that.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how you guys, when you guys play live, the chemistry between you guys and how you guys know how to flow in different parts and play off of each other, especially in sections that have some improvisation?
Well, somebody else want to take it?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, what we normally do is when it comes to, because we've all have experience when it comes to performing and playing live and just jamming out, and we've had a few rehearsals to make sure that we're playing properly, making sure we're playing exactly what we're supposed to play, and then we can just add extra hits here and there, add extra fills or whatnot during the songs, and knowing everybody pretty much here, we know what we're going for, we know what we're looking at, and normally we love what we play, and so we just expressing how we enjoy playing these songs, and so. For example, Christian likes to do extras on his songs.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I can say the same thing here when I play trombone. Sean will put in his guitar fill in there, and Kazi would add whatever pedals he put in there with his trumpet. And Cleon likes to keep it smooth and chill with it. So that's just normally how we like to roll together when it comes to our chemistry. And pretty much for example, Christian usually be the energy of the band, where he pretty much puts in what he thinks will probably fit the song properly. Whether he can put a whatever type of genre, whatever artist that's in his head right now to just play in our certain songs. that's what he puts in. And Devontae with his vocals, he just likes to fill in whatever he goes through. And usually, especially when it comes to songs that he specifically sing in, he gives it like that nice little gospel touch to it. So just a little something.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that one real quick. I'll say one is like everybody. The man is like a body, man, and each part represents a different part of the body. And Cleon is the heartbeat of the man, right? The bus driver, right? That's one of the most mature. A body can't live without the heartbeat. Heartbeat gets irregular, messes the whole body up. And the thing is, man, I always say this, like 20 years from now, people are really going to appreciate the level of musician that Cleon is, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of drummers, but there's not a lot of musicians that play drums. And because he does it effortlessly, a lot of people miss that. So I hope you guys are really listening with your ears and not just looking with your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Christian's the soul of the band. You know, Christian is the moral compass of the band. You know, he's the one that I never see life get to Christian. You know, and this year I've seen him grow as a man exponentially. You know, and I had a situation with a musician at one of the spots we were playing at, and I told him, I said, I respect you as a man first, and then the musician you are. So to see Christian not only growing leaps and bounds musically, but also just mentally is amazing, right? Reggie is straight up the energy. He is the eyes and the ears of the band, right? Reggie is the one that will call me and have the hard conversations, you know. Reggie's the one that he's always down. He's always there. He's always pushing and striving to not only perfect his craft, but you know, to perfect his brand and what he's as a servant in a group, you know, because that's really all we are as musicians. How to serve, so when it's his time to be served, it'll be amazing. Sean is the mind of the band, you know. Without Sean, I don't believe the band would be as... I'm going to figure out the right way to say this.
Creative?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I say what you mean by that is like the way he there's something about him being around that makes people go another way.
Yep. That's so true.
So I was over here thinking the word, then when you started to stop, I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Like it's a creative. You have a creative emotion, and it seeps through the band. At all the rehearsals, shit, especially when we did your song, just like today.
Yep.
You didn't know your song and everybody did.
Oh shit. Don't put that on the video.
No, you can put that on there because it's a good thing, man. When you can create something on your own time and then put it out for your band family to get together and start presenting on your behalf, and then a whole pandemic happens where we ain't really been able to. We haven't played that song, I don't think, since the pandemic.
Since the recordings.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been
September.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah, right. So gotta know everything about it. You know everything. But like, man, it's that simple. Like we all know, man. We can hum that song and everybody's parts in it. Every individual can hum every other individual's parts in that song. Because how you made it up, like where it came from. It's gonna do the same thing when it's released. But that's for all the music. That's my bad. I was just trying to Brandon say creative because he didn't want to be offensive, and that's why I was like, that's the word. I wonder if that's what he's gonna say. But no, the creativity. We're all creatives. We're all very creative, but people get inspired differently without knowing when your instrument is even involved because of what you play. So that's what it means.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
I'll say
Thank you, bro.
I'll say this about the leader of our band. Just sitting here thinking, I think Randy's the guardian of our band.
Oh, we're gonna get rid of him.
Well,
Well, no, you go ahead.
but
You go ahead. I know he don't think he
but
insulated.
yeah, no, I say
Sure,
that
man.
I say that because I haven't really been around people that really are about the vision and is willing, like, and I've seen this on countless situations. He's willing to put his life on the line for this vision and defend it, with honor. And that's, you don't get that a lot, and that's where I look up to him, because this is what I want to be doing hopefully one day. And seeing him defend his brand and his vision every single time, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's small or whether it's big. That means a lot to have somebody that's just willing, that are willing to. He's defends all of us. It doesn't matter if anybody has a bad. People have had bad nights. We shut it down because he's not having that. He defends us, and that means a lot. To be the guardian of the band. So
That's when you know. Hey, that's when you know he really feels like every piece of the puzzle that be involved is a part of his vision. Because that's what's being defended. The vision and those that you know are in your corner to help, or that was put there in order to bring it to fruition. When you don't defend that, you just lose your blessing. You miss your blessing. That's a God that he blesses people often. Every week, for sure. Every Tuesday. I can't go outside and take my little smoke break, man, because I have to talk when I get off stage. I have to. I have to talk every Tuesday about what just happened on stage. Not a bad thing at all. I can give up smoking until after the gig, or maybe it's just the next break. For that, that's something like a lot of people, man. It's so much deeper than those three streets in Deep Ellum, bro, or any of the clubs. The ones that's still going, or the ones that shut down, or will be open in 2 days, or the 10th. I guess you know what I'm saying. Like,
right.
it's deeper than that, man. So like, people really, his music is different. That's the reason why a lot of people do not mind coming up there, regardless of anything, just because they know just because we know we're coming together somewhere to play that music for some people that have been there prior to anything else. So our focus is still on the greater, on the greater aspect of everything, not the building, because we can do that we're going to do what we're doing in so many more places, like so many more places, and it's gonna happen sooner than later, simply because, man, all of the steps we take, they are seeming more and more, they are like obviously seeming more faith based. So that puts a whole nother thing on the whole ordeal, like the way it's operated, and that all comes from the leader. Like this man, he's a different dude. Like, he's a different guy, and everybody, I know everybody in this band personally. Everybody in this band is of the same character, like the same humanity. It's the same level, mental, emotional, spiritual, just everything is on one accord. And we're not talking about who's Baptist or who's Catholic or because I don't know what anybody is. Right? I just know everybody love everybody, which is if people really get involved with what it is, that's what it's all about. Just the reason why the music feel the way it does to the people that don't know shit about music at all. They can't play anything. They tell you, I wish I could do that. No, just be there. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with what we have to do. it's a lot more than making sure we got $10 to come in and sit down. Like, it's a lot more. They don't have to worry about what we look at them like, because they can get up and leave whenever they want. We got to stay on stage and endure so much. But one thing about it, as a leader, man, we've seen him, like Christian said, deal with a lot of stuff. As he was saying about Christian, like everybody in this band done went through some very odd things, like stuff that should slow down a train for sure. For some reason, we saw exactly how many mechanics we had on this ride. Everybody is here to fix whatever it is for our brothers. Like, it's that easy. It ain't nothing broken. We're just here for everybody. That starts with the leader, man. When you got a leader that's really like that, like legit, not somebody that put something together so they can take care of his stuff. This is coming from Cleon on the live. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a different thing. The energies start from what is given. Period. Like, what's set there, it trickles down. Everything he said about Christian, he's the same guy. This dude has a band with his name in front of it, and he passes this dude the baton every week. Every time we got to play, he makes him MD us. He know his music. He was playing it before he was in the band. He played the music when he came up to Profit Bar. Like, I ain't seen none of these faces did. So just to know, like, this is somebody that knows that he's actually connecting to the right people to trust. He don't have to sit and MD all night. He can sit on stage and have fun, because Christian loves knowing order, and he like, you can tell by how he operates on his own that Christian is very self-organized, especially with music. You ain't gonna miss him. He don't miss nothing. Between him and Reggie, I'll be having fun on stage, like laughing. Especially, we laugh at everything. So it's a lot of fun. But these I'm the clock keeper, but they're the clock triers. Like, they're the ones that's gonna be like, oh, something. Like, wait a minute.
The space says it all.
Yeah, every time. Either that or he'll lift the trombone up like, yeah, okay, cheers. Well, cheers. But that's, man, all the fun, though. Stuff like that, man. There's a clip going around of a guy went back and said something to the drummer, man. They ended the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because of how our leader is, man, we have so much fun on stage. People would never know anything. Like, we don't mess up. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, we don't really mess up, dude. We have fun on stage and don't play anything. We play everything to format and feel.
Yeah.
And actually, we play everything to feel and format, because we already know the format. We feel our way through the music that we play. It's the reason why it don't get boring. The next week we could play the same set for a year, but because of how the music make us feel, it does everything with how we actually produce it for everybody to get it at these bars, especially when this album come out. When this album come out, the fact that you will actually be able to experience what you experience on Tuesdays at the crib, man, you might get some schedule changes. Like I'm telling you, because we didn't not put emotion into the recording because of the leader. Like, it's follow the leader out here. I let him finish telling about everybody else, because I talk all night now that I started. I'm all over here trying to scroll. Once I start talking, oh, shut up.
If I could, I think going back to just the gist of it all, when you, how can I put this? You got to take care of the people who take care of you. And I think in the gist of it, that's really what it is. Randy has always been a man that takes care of the band, so we take care of him. And that goes back to what Cleon was saying about the humility of it all and being able to play, because not only we all have that individual talent, we understand in many sense what the music's supposed to be like, what the music is done, and then also we follow Randy where it needs to go with whatever it is. Many people don't know. I'll never forget, we did an arrangement of what's that? What Makes the World Go Round, and Randy did that in like 3 minutes. So it's just understanding the arranging that he has, and I had to tell people all the time, "Who does this?" I'm like, "This is Randy's music. He arranged it." He's like, "Oh, really?" Yes. So it's just respecting his musicianship, loving his musicianship, us being able to add to that, and just make the whole thing based off of feel and what the music is. So it's just that conglomerate and a connection that makes it all worthwhile when you have people who have the love as well as the know-how. You have magic. So
Yeah, I feel like being in this band too, like I've learned how to be a band member, not just on the instrument, because Randy was driving that point of like he cares so much about all of us that after a while I was like, oh man, like it's even if you don't want to return the favor, after a while you kind of feel like you do want to, because he does so much for you. And like I see Randy more as like an older brother now, just 'cause like I ask him stuff about like finances and just life and like and that's what I think a band should be, like music is more than just notes. It's life, and so
Lifestyle.
when we're all and that was between me and Randy, and it's like slowly become that way with me and the rest of the band too, just because I've been in the band for like 2 years maybe now, and it's like you're gonna find yourself at that point at some point, because we're just growing in that direction. I don't even know what point I'm trying to make, but this band rocks. Buy our album.
I think that's a good one, though. I think that's really just from my age. Like, I'll be 40 this year, so my influences are the old school groups, where
longevity.
garage banding was a thing. It was cool in the 60s and 70s to play an instrument. You know what I'm saying? You were the rock star of I wasn't alive, but this was what my mentors were telling me. And then the bands that I listened to, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, just all the good funk groups. Like, I love that music, and I noticed that, like, even like Beatles, how Jimi Hendrix, his two groups were different, not only energy-wise, but their relationships were different, right? Because, and let's be honest, if you're going to tour and be on the road and do all of that, you're literally married to your bandmates, And I always wanted it to be to where the songs are like, how you have your jazz snares, like you got your real books and all of those. Most of those are just chord sheets. They're just lead sheets. That's all the songs are. They're not anything they're just ideas until Cleon adds his heart and Kazoo adds his heart. I'm going to tell a story. I remember one time we were working on a song. It's like one of our first songs we had collaborated on all together, where we had a piece here and we had a piece here and we had a piece there and we had a piece there. And, we're still kind of in the infancy stage, so everybody's trying to get to learn to work together. And that's another thing I love about the band before I tell the story is our process as to how we learn music really covered the full spectrum to me of how you would learn, whether you're classically trained and you started that way, whether you're coming out of church, whether you're coming out of... And the funny thing about music is each one has its strengths and weaknesses, each side. But the relationship to be able to talk to each other is really what musicianship is. Can somebody who went to a UNT listen to a guy who learned this chord name off of YouTube or whatever, right? Can he either I don't want to necessarily say come down, but get to a middle ground of working to where each can communicate and learn from each other. And, relationship is the easiest way to do that. So, so I had to go pick my daughter up from school, and it was the horn section there. And I said, all right, y'all, listen. We need this part done. I don't give a damn what it is. I got about 10 minutes, and I'm going to come back. I need it done, right? It was just one of them times. It's kind of, it happens in rehearsal. So I come back, everybody's chilling with their feet all up and everything. And I'm like, man, what's that going on here? Where's the parts? They was like 5, 6, 7. And that's Wakusa,
Wow.
They wrote that. It's not me. Like, I just had the ideas for the chords and the rhythm. I'm a drummer initially, so it all starts from the heartbeat for me, And I know, so that was really the main point of the band. It's not, in today's day and age, man, we're in that microwave time, man. They're not selling brands or the artists anymore. They're just selling, you can tell it's corporations running music, And, like, even with Devontae, Devontae is one of the most killingest vocalist musicians here.
Yeah.
The most humblest one that I've met, right? And has a sound that is familiar to your soul, right? And I know a lot of musicians, a lot of vocalists, especially frontmen, and I know some of the other guys who've done the top 40, the corporate thing. We've seen people pimp that thing out and never take the time to develop their sound, just reproduce somebody else's for bucks. And that's fine. I'm not disrespecting anybody that does that. But when you have a God-given gift like that, and then the Spirit shows you that in this person, you're doing the thing that you're married to, your music, a disservice, not creating a platform for him. It would behoove people to find out where his sound comes from. You understand? Because it's not going to be going anywhere. Really, it's like that for everybody in the band. Like our Silent Assassin, for real, for the first person, but I was like, okay, I'm really supposed to be doing this for real, right? As I was doing a corporate band, it's funny we was talking about that. I was doing a corporate band gig on drums, and I'm at the rehearsal, and we were doing Best of My Love or something, and there's horn solo. And boy, Kazoo's first 3 notes, I said, hey, that's it. I went to Dre and said, bro, who does he play with? What is going on? What does he do? He's like, I don't know,
You called me, actually, who the heck?
Bro. So I made sure when we had lunch, because you know how the corporate bands do, they have you get there all early and do all that. I made sure I'm sitting right next to him. Hey, man, how you doing, man? Everything all good? Man, you want to come on in? You want to come? Man, and listen, man, his passion and fire right there, his intensity to become him, his growth through struggles. You know what I'm saying? Could y'all imagine being over here in this time and COVID that happened, and this is right at the pinnacle of the town that you want to live in. The guys that you listen to know you now. They're calling you now, and the world shuts down. Can't even get back home, man. And he never said nothing. Never complained, never did. Matter of fact, went harder, And that speaks to me at the days I feel old and I don't want to do it, and my kid is crying, and you got to do the honeydew list, and I don't feel like doing it, thinking about people like him and Reggie and Christian, Devontae, Cleon, Sean, Trusco. Hold on. Wait, I cannot skip this one.
Yeah.
Trusco is a whole artist. He's a whole production, everything himself. He was one of the people that I kind of asked him I'm almost scared to ask him, bro, because he does so much, right? And he's another one that he's very, anything that he's going into, he's going to be authentic to it. So he didn't come in here trying to change anything, but was not afraid to challenge us to be better either. And see, for me, that right there, when you take ownership of something, that'll get you, that got them ownership. It ain't no lie. Because when you can approach it like that, man, the more heads working on something like that, it's just an amazing thing. So And even like y'all haven't seen half of the things that he can do. Like most people don't know that Devontae's project Smooth Silky Soul, go get that.
Come on, plug.
Well, you like that? You know, I'm put it in. I'm getting it in there every time, bro. Every time. No, but you know, Trusco, him and Trusco produced it. You know, and I remember the gig that we did. The I believe that. Now you can tell me if I'm wrong, but we did his feature, right?
Mm-hmm. On the live recording, November 19th.
Right, but here's the crazy part. Right, he won best bassist that year.
Yeah. Oh,
That night.
Yep.
And still came, did the gig, still came and did all that. It was like it was nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
Mm-hmm.
when you have guys that are hungry and have humility like that, it's easy to let them. All I'm just trying to do is do what the elders wouldn't do for us sometimes. When you're young, they'll just let you fall because they live that closed fist thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, this is my gig, so you mess it up, it's on you, right? And man, that set me back a lot of years. You know, I had over in my 30s before I started my own thing. So I said, if I ever get a unit, I'm not going to do that. Every lesson that I've had, good, bad, and ugly, I'm going to pass it down the line and just hope I say it in a way that does not offend everybody. You know, there's one person I can't forget about is Tony Little Cat Reed.
Yeah.
First time I seen Cat play, he was playing a ride, a snare, the floor tom, doing the most amazing shit. I'm like, bro, no, we need you, but also, you know, he's one of the younger ones in the band, you know, and I wanted him to be able to sit under someone who's been there where he's trying to go and who has the heart to really he'll pour into you if you let him. And to see them play together where either one of them on it, I will put, bro, against anybody
Anybody in the world.
Anybody I'll put, bro.
That's good.
Right? But for them to have the maturity amongst themselves. And the thing is the funny thing about the band, so many people ask me about the arrangement and writing and doing all of that. It just happens, right? Like, I never seen them say, all right, you're going to play a bass drum on 3 and it just happened, you know? And as with everything, you know, it's growing pains. The growing pains happened and worked out, right? To piggyback on one thing Cleon said is, man, I do want it to be, I don't care if we're running the same 7, 8 songs. It should be a different experience. If we fail, we're going to fail together.
Yeah.
If we win, we're going to win together. And I promise I will never let nobody come on stage and disrespect that or anything that goes with that. So,
And shout out to the fans that have supported us along the way. You know, that's a big thing too, you know, to see growth from our fans. So people like Michelle from Alaha, shout out to her. Shout out to the Tish Carsos and RC. You know, even the Sean Mars, even the features that have really poured into us, like Wes Stevenson, and you know, just a few names. You know, the Myelins even right now, you know, that come out and just really support us. Your guys' support is everything. You know, like you've seen us on good nights, bad nights, and that really drives a band to, you know, to keep going when, you know, as especially when we don't feel like we should keep going. So I just wanted to say that, you know, shout out to the fans that have always been supporting us from day one.
yeah, shout out to the elders here for giving us platforms to be able to do what we did. Because, like, I'm not from here, you know, and like I was living in Miami, man, and it's like, bro, the album came out there, and they're like, we love your stuff. Now, you ready for Brick House? Like, that, it's just not the... it's just not the scene for that. You know, not every scene is conducive to letting you find yourself on stage, you know?
Right.
So, to see not only, like you were saying, like, the Shawns, you know, Caleb McCampbell, Wes, you know, Gino, you know,
Miracle, and
to see all them guys really just kind of hear us, to hear us, Spud, especially, you know, Bobby Sparks, exactly, right, and you know, for these guys to to really listen with an open ear and give pointers. Tayron, it's another big one, bro. Mike Mitchell, these guys are, these are the guys that Cleon. You know what I'm saying? Like
Marcus.
Mark, yeah. I mean, like, and the thing is I love that it's a family here enough that if you're real, they'll rock with you. They will let you develop into your thing. Now, if you ain't real, I ain't messing with you. If you ain't got thick skin, I wouldn't suggest it. But if you really got an open heart for it and you're willing to listen and learn, man, and with all the music that this area's put out, just in itself, if you can really come in, like, just humble yourself and be ready to learn, man, they'll put you on their back, man. And if you do the work, they don't mind meeting you halfway. So that's amazing. I think without that, we wouldn't be where we're at. So
I'm just very happy to be here.
Right.
Same.
Yeah.
and guys like yourselves too, man. Like.
Thank y'all.
First time I met Astro, man, I just knew he was an artist, bro. I can't, like, and the thing is, I'm supposed to be on stage, and I'm out there talking to Astro about everything. And, you guys opened up your arms to have us come in here and do this.
In real life, first time I saw Asha, I saw him from a distance, and I was like, I get to meet Johnny Depp. And then before that night, I was like, nah, that's not Johnny. And Johnny ain't that talented. He can act. I can't sing like that. So yeah, it's a lot, man. Shit, we got some work to do too.
Yeah.
Get a Randy McGill and Eclectic featuring Astro. Get a single out, man. Start making this good money.
Right.
Money, music, and magic, man.
Right.
Magic money and music.
Magic,
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to
music.
Dre Simp too. I forgot. Boy, this dude would kill me if I didn't put him on here. Zoom, man, so we get out of this. Make it feel like no, Dre's my brother, man. He, I was always coming in. I know Dre like 20, 25, almost 30 years now. And, I was always coming in when I was playing drums. Like, what's this chord? What's that chord? The most frustrating thing you can do. Or then, how do I program this? How do I do that? How do I do this? And, man, he finally told me, he's like, bro, listen, if you're going to be doing all of this, you should just take it seriously and really play because you got some ideas that you should get out. And he rode me and rode me and rode me until, like, bro, like, he would never let me compromise on it. And when you have friends like that, who he's a monster in his own right, I've seen him sacrifice his own thing a lot of times just to be supportive of mine. And that right there is like, it's that brotherhood thing. Like I always say, it's like an extended eclectic family, man. Like you're just seeing the band part. But, we've got other members like Tay Robinson, man. Shout out to him.
Zach.
My mama's in it. No. If you ask her, look, she's
right.
Put my name on it.
Zach's and the Josh.
And I think, and everybody that's come before, You guys gonna throw a name out.
Any names I want to throw out?
I want to thank John Jay. I want to thank the Dallas Observer as well. Man, I'm telling you, with the quarantine and the COVID thing going on, it's literally, I don't know if everybody else has felt like this, but it's like this past year, almost year and a half, it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like a lot of our accolades, like the South by Southwest thing was supposed to be this year. Mm-hmm. It's hard to remember them because I'm sitting at the crib getting them. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not. It's hard, but man, the Dallas Observer, they've always been very supportive of everything that we've done. Like from our first Touch the Stage Tuesday, they started running our ads. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to them for inspiring people like us to keep going. Shout out to the Freeman for where we're at every Tuesday, 10:30.
26
Jonathan
comers.
J.
Yep, 26 comers.
Yeah, I mean,
on the bourbon side.
Is that Dallas Live Music that George is on?
Yes, and Dallas Music Live. Please
Yes.
follow them at Dallas Music Live. Georgia, man, she's been one of our biggest supporters, man. She gets the best deal. I'm like,
And Johannes Parker, Yo Photography.
Yes.
One of the best photographers.
Yes. Sharik over at Audio Dallas.
Yeah.
JD Williams with the Sunday Takeout.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Matt and Jake over at Echo Lab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sput and Patrick over at Firm to Wear. Jesus.
Hey,
homeboy Jesus. Yes, I can. Give me my homeboy Jesus. Appreciate you, Jesus. Appreciate you, Polo. Appreciate you, everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big
Polo.
shout out to
Polo,
Polo.
yeah.
Big shout out to Bill, Jeremy, all the guys, Gabe. Like I said, it's a family of us, man. We're gonna come to your concert like P-Funk.
Shout out to
like
Mandy.
78 of us.
Shout out to
Right.
Mandy.
Shout out to
Mandy.
Mandy. Yeah. Aswell Bree.
Right. Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you.
Shout out to the
And viewers
That's
like
just
you.
deep
Right.
relevance. Just deep
Shout out to
relevance.
everybody that comes,
Everybody that
man,
comes through.
man, because you know we all a free man family.
Yep.
Yeah.
For real.
Family, man.
Right.
Free man. We got a free man family reunion up there.
Really
That's what I
good.
do right now.
Let me see, yeah. Hey, matter of fact, before we do go, man, we all gonna go to Free Man now. This ain't live, so y'all missed it. But just, come to Tuesday after you see this, and we all gonna be there celebrating still.
Right.
Christian birthday is today, the
Thank
8th.
y'all, man.
So when y'all see him, he's drinking other drinks now.
Yeah.
One a day. So,
Okay.
so be the first to get it for him, and then use the special one.
Oh,
So yeah, next Tuesday or next Thursday, because he played with the fan too.
This
I get
Thursday,
it. Joking people with everybody.
Yeah.
So man, we finna go to Free Man right now, man. Go frequent the building that we.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
No.
Come on.
Also, a big shout out to Mike Marshall too, man. He was.
Yeah, bro, you hitting them all, they gonna be pissed off with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Where the money?
All right, man, and a big shout out to Mike Marshall, man. Everything you've done, we gotta edit it in. So
Right.
Christian, your memory is crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
man.
Because he gave out a date, March 19th. I'm like, wait, what?
November
And
19th.
then know all the songs that everybody said
right.
this.
I'm like, bro, I can't understand it.
Like, oh, okay. All right, you talking about the.
Photographic memory.
Right.
It's in G.
Jesus.
It's in G. No, it's not. It's in G.
It's a G minor.
Like, I'm
Last
not
story.
saying yes, it is. I'm just saying
This is the last.
it's in G.
This is the last story about Christian in his ears. So I'm having to do. I had to do the programming for this artist show, and he's a '90s artist. So some of the tracks, the guy that did the tracks, like Timbaland, kind of would.
You talking about Genuine?
Yeah, he.
I'm there. If EMD Genuine too. That's what I'm saying. We ain't just got
And
no regular
Maya.
humans. Man, that's another reason why he know how to conduct
And Maya.
himself as a leader. Because he has a leader that he has put him in control or in charge of being a leader amongst his flock. That's man. I'm gonna stop, Rick. We gonna have church here. But I'm trying to get down there before the church goes.
Right, that's what I said. Right, same thing. So, some of the tracks, he detunes, to kind of add that funk to it. So it's not really 440. And like my ear, I still got drummer ears, bro. I'm talking about. Now I was playing like late '90s, so it's like, what are in ears? No, we using stuff like that Fender, like right here, so I couldn't hear it. Headphones in, nothing. So I'm just playing through the house. Frustrated Christian stops by. And I'm like, man, I can't figure out this tune. The tune is throwing me off. He's like, yeah, it's negative 15 cents. And I said, what? So then, I kind of shook it off. I didn't believe that he really said that shit, right? So then we talked about some other shit. I came back to it. I was like, yeah, bro, so, man, this tune is, man, he's like, I told you it's negative 15 cents, right? So I walk over behind the computer, go to Ableton, detune to negative 15. Perfect. So
Bionic ears.
yes, for real. His ears is crazy. So, man, y'all just be on the lookout for everybody's project, man. Like we're gonna be dropping as soon as we figure out what's happening with Corona. That's the only reason I just didn't want to drop during that time, right? So that's on me. I blame me for that one. But after that, really, the goal for everybody here is to drop their own project. Cleon's going to be dropping another project as well. If you do not have Cleon and
Come to the table.
X, they'll come and set the table.
Come
please,
and set the table.
Please go get that for yourself. Do your soul some good. So
A service.
yeah, and Reggie's going to be dropping his project as well. Trusco's got a whole nother band where he does like push. It's a trio, so he does like he plays push as a keyboardist and bass and programs, and I think he's dancing. I think he's doing a whole bunch of but it is, listen, that shit's killing.
Right. Yeah.
So please be watching out for that. Kazu is going to be actually doing his project as well. And if you know Kazu and his sound, you already know it's going to be amazing. So be on the lookout for it now before you hear everybody else talking about it. Sean's going to be working on his project as well.
It's gonna be some hip shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on with the nice one.
Yeah, boy, you got a little birthday magic. Pretty much, man. What y'all looking
Y'all
at,
gonna be
man?
dropping
It's
something.
I'm looking at the 2021 music version of Master P and No Limit Soldiers.
That's so true.
Hey.
That's so true.
Wow. That's a big statement.
Yeah, so I mean it's gonna be coming, man, and then like the collaborative projects with like David Street and Astro, man, we'd love to do that. So y'all be on the lookout. It's gonna be a lot of good music coming, a lot of good fun times, man. Be sure to follow everybody here too, so make sure we can get links posted for everybody.
Yes, sir. And y'all be safe out there, man. Please be safe.
Look at here. Look at here. Look at me. Look at this. Look at me. Back to here. Here's the thing. We got shirts. We got them shirts. You gotta come to the link in the McGill and Eclectic. We got shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to the video gamers too. To tell them where you can find the video game stream.
Hold on now. That's a work in progress. Even if he don't get his ass whipped, it's gonna be all right. But we got shirts on the way. It's gonna be sunset in the Bronx sometime soon. We'll make that happen. I got you.
Yeah, I think we should do something.
Yeah, I play 2K. Y'all want y'all play 2K?
You don't.
You know, this guy plays Call of Duty.
Well, I'm gonna let you know since you said you. Randy said y'all don't want that.
you don't want
Randy said you don't want that.
All right, y'all ready?